this W210 is not like most other W210s. This one in particular, besides being an E55, is a Designo Silver Edition. So what that includes is the 029 Designo Silver paint color and the anthracite green two-tone interior with the natural maple wood trim. So the most common color was the 744 Brilliant Silver and the 040 Black. So this is not an ordinary silver. It does look a little bit different than the Brilliant. And on top of that, this is one of the few Designo interiors offered for the facelift cars 2000 to 2002. This particular one is a 2000. So the other interior options were the black and red, the black and white, which is sometimes referred to as gray. And on the pre-facelift, we also had the blueberry, which is the black and blue. So starting from the facelift, the blue was no longer offered. So this was one of the three color options that you had besides the all black. So taking a closer look at the paint, we can see that it is a slightly different shade of silver. So this is 029 Designo Silver Metallic. The most common silver for the W210 was 744, and it's very similar to what the wheels are painted. So this is what the shade of silver that the car would be most likely painted. So a little bit of a difference there. And the main thing on this car is the two-tone interior. So this is the green Napa leather. Door panels are Napa leather. And we'll see it has the green stitching as well. So there's green stitching right there. Very nice. This is the perforated facelift leather. And on top of that, this has the Designo floor mats, which this was probably the only facelift AMG color to offer this type of floor mat. The only other Designo option for the interior was the Expresso Edition, which had the caramel saddle leather interior type color. So this has the piping, the leather piping on the actual floor mats, as well as the Designo logo. So on the factory E55s, there was no piping. It was actually just fabric all around, and it would match the interior color. The standard was actually the black and white, so even the all black interior colors had that. If you had the mocha color, that would match the seats. So the floor mats are specific on both sides. They both say Designo, including the back. And here are the seats. These are the two-tone. So Mercedes calls this anthracite black, and then this is the green. So we have the headrests that match. And one thing in particular is that most AMGs had a color match steering wheel too. So it would be this green color on the top, but this one is replaced with the natural maple wood. So that's what this wood is called. It's called natural maple. That is a very interesting color. The other Designo edition of the W210 was the Designo Expresso Edition, which included the light brown leather interior and the Natural Elm wood trim, which is similar to this, but a different shade. And that also included the wood wheel. The exterior of the Designo Expresso would have been painted 033 Mocha Black Metallic. So taking a look at the rear seat, we'll see that the door panels are also matched. Green with green threading. This is also wrapped in green leather. Very nice. Also has the wood all around. Back seats with the matching headrests. So taking a look at the driver's seat, of course, it has the same door panel, same seat, and here is the wooden wheel. So we'll notice that on the E55 wheel, it would have bolstering up here. This is absent in this. And it has the AMG airbag as well, which is standard. One other thing too is the shift knob, which is also finished in Napa leather with the matching natural maple wood trim. So in terms of options for this car, this is actually pretty bare bones for an E55. So in the States, we had all this equipment as standard options here. So we had the sunshade, heated seats, auto leveling xenon lights with headlamp washers, and this has the standard radio. So if this was a fully optioned car, this would have had cooled seats, which we would have LED indicators on the left and right hand sides of the buttons, command navigation, and we would also have parking sensors, which would have gone right here. If it's a Euro car, we would have had folding mirrors that have gone here, and the active suspension, which would have gone up here. So the AMG cars did come standard with the stitch armrest, and this one of course has it. And of course the AMGs had the orthopedic seats, which use pneumatic air to adjust the bolsters. Another option would have been the command, which would have extended this wood down further to leave this little storage area and have the navigation, which will also include a auxiliary port in the glove box. So this is a fairly bare bones car besides the Designo option. So here we will see the paint code is 029. That is a designation for the Designo silver paint. And if we kind of get a close look here, it does look to have a bit of gold or green flake in it. So this looks a little bit different than the standard silver paint. Another thing that makes this car particularly special is the low miles. This is a 2000 car and we are in 2022, so 22 years old. It's got 44,000 miles, and for the age, it is extremely well kept. As you saw, the interior is very nice. The headliner, if we look, it's not even sagging, which almost all of them are. That just, it's gonna be inevitable due to the heat, but this is still nice. All the plastics are really nice. The wood, not a single crack on it. That sticker is still intact. Seats look incredible. And the exterior did manage to survive pretty well. And we can tell just by the condition of the headlights, this car did not see a whole lot of sun. These are the original headlights to this car, and they look incredible. And we can kind of see from this angle, the paint does not look like the standard silver paint. There's a little bit of that gold green flake in there. So here's the car in the sunlight, and we can see that the paint definitely is a little bit different than the standard silver paint. From this angle, it almost does look like 744 Brilliant Silver, but it is not. So this is probably the best angle to highlight the difference in color of the Designo Silver. And we'll see that the wheels are the closest reference we have to the 744, so that is a big difference in terms of shade. So we'll see this car being garage kept most of its life. The anodized trim on the windows is still very dark. This is supposed to be pretty deep black. That's still very dark for the age. All around the windows too. This is the avant-garde fake carbon trim, still in very good condition. That wood really does stick out when you have no window tint. You can really see it and really highlights that green interior. If you were to order the Designo Expresso Edition, the paint would have been 033 Mocha Black Metallic, which is different than Obsidian Black. This is one of the other two colors that they offered as Designo Editions. There are only two offered, and it's even rare in AMG form. Most of them were not the AMGs, they were standard E320 and E430s. So if you had one of those would also have the same paint color and the interior in the black and green combo with the same wood. So it's very uncommon to see on a E55. So thank you to Mark for allowing me to showcase this car. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below, and thank you for watching.